Canterbury is a successful town. We've got a thriving retail and tourism business. We're riding the recession better than most, and we've had substantial investment in our high-speed rail links, in a new theatre, and the upcoming Beanie Art Gallery. So why are we a town that, to all intents and purposes, is doing quite well? Why are we applying for Portas programme pilot funding? Because in our view, we don't punch our weight. We're one of the largest education sectors for a town of our size in Europe, with 3 excellent universities, an outstanding further education college, and many thriving schools with excellent sixth forms. We don't stand out as a place where businesses start, thrive and grow. Canterbury wants to be the startup capital of Kent. So, how? We'll use the Portas funding as a catalyst for a range of actions that will transform our city, driving new enterprises, improving business survival rates, and raising both aspiration and earnings. The first thing we'll do is a comprehensive survey of what's already happening. Let's not use valuable resources to reinvent the wheel. In fact, let's tap into resources that don't belong to us, leveraging more for less. Next, it's about filling the gaps. If it isn't happening, and it needs to happen, how do we deliver it? Driving value from our local community. Next, we want to launch a school for market trading, teaching people how to start out and giving them real experience in a live but supported market trading environment. And then we'll develop a marketing campaign that makes starting a business both an option that people know exists and that targets those most likely to see this as an opportunity for them. After that, we'll make sure that those who are seriously thinking about creating their own future get the support they need and that this is tailored and sets them on the right path. And finally, we'll celebrate success. Launching the Canterbury Business Awards in 2013, we'll make sure that we put entrepreneurship centre stage in the city, valued for what it brings to our community: growth, jobs and inward investment.
Well, Canterbury is a very, very ancient city. It's a small city. It's got a very strong retail sector. It's got very, very strong university support with 3 universities and further education colleges. And we are not going anywhere as fast as we would like to go. We really do feel that it's important to get this bid so that we can get some sustainable business developed in Canterbury. We have start-up facilities out at the universities for the initial phases, and we need to expand upon that to make sure that we retain staff and students and people in Canterbury to make it a much more thriving and vibrant, sustainable business community.
Canterbury for Business is the private-public economic partnership for the Canterbury district. Why are we supporting the Portas pilot programme? That's because we want Canterbury to be the start-up place for businesses in Kent.
The aim of the Evidence Mill project, which will be based here, is to build a sustainable energy centre, museum and community cafe, and develop community gardens based on permaculture principles, which will be powered mainly by installing a water wheel on the River Stour, but also with using other renewable energy. So the whole thing will be completely off-grid and sustainable.
We've come up with an initiative on this project, but I think Canterbury is a prime location for that sort of activity with the amount of young people with their innovation. It's not seized on. A lot of them leave the town, and it'd be really good to try and capture that innovation within small pilot projects, also small areas that they can rent and things like that they can get involved with. This will be another project that they can get involved with. People can come down, communicate after finishing at university or during university as well. And whatever innovation they come up with for small business, we can then hopefully harness that and grow on it. But at the moment we need a little bit more investment to do that, so it would be good, definitely.
In my eyes, Canterbury already is the startup capital of Kent, so naturally supporting a programme like this fits in perfectly what we're trying to do here. Fruitworks is all about a passion of mine to trap the talent that Canterbury loses every single year. 3 universities in town, every year those graduates, they leave, and Kent's losing out. There's no need for new businesses to have to go up to London. And we've got great transport links, we've got the fibre optic Wi-Fi, so for technology businesses, starting up in Canterbury is perfect. It's cheaper, you get to live in a beautiful city without having to go up to London. So I think that's that's where it fits in perfectly what we're trying to do here, and hopefully working in partnership with CCP and working on the Portas project. We hope we can support that bid, and we'd be very excited if we got it.
The scheme was developed in 2004, 2006, and it was really one of the first examples of urban regeneration from a retail point of view in a city centre. For us, it was about extending the city, being part of the city, and obviously our belonging and proximity within the city of Canterbury is one of our greatest assets and unique selling points. But it's also about the diversity that the city already offers and that we hope it will offer in the future as it becomes the start-up capital for Kent. For us, having destination retailers, small independent retailers, is an important part of the offer that we feel attracts the customers that come both here and to the city in general. So that diverse approach, that mixture of retailers, that wider offer is very important to us and the owners of White Flowers that we represent.
We are supporting any initiative that helps students and graduates to start up their new companies, because we believe that in the current employment situation, students and graduates need to have the full range of employability options available to them, and that of course includes setting up their own companies as an alternative to seeking employment. To encourage entrepreneurship and business planning, the Kent Business School here at the University of Kent runs actually the two largest modules, one on business planning and one on entrepreneurship. Now these modules are accredited modules, and they actually inform students from any background on what it's like to write a business plan or give them simple ideas about entrepreneurship and potentially setting up their own business. To give you an indication of how popular these modules are, currently over 600 students are registered on either of the two modules, and they include students from any background. So this indicates the demand for setting up their own business or even exploring this option.
I think Canterbury's time has come. In the last few years, we've all known, of course, that Canterbury is a fabulous location, great tourist destination, a really vibrant and bustling city with upwards of 40,000 students at University of Kent. Clearly a very vibrant and eclectic mix of businesses, over 1,000 business professionals in the city. But it's really time now to push on startups and try and make Canterbury the startup capital of Kent. We have a really vibrant economy across Kent, but it needs a bit of a helping hand. Now, the key thing for me is that if we can elevate Canterbury, raise its profile for business startups, that can only benefit the wider Kent economy and specifically East Kent, which in recent years maybe has had its challenges with the Pfizer pullout down in Sandwich and so on. We really need a focus, and this Portas bid will give Canterbury just that.
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you to all of our supporters for peering this video, and indeed to all of our network of friends and partners across the city who are so keen and interested in the success of this bid. As you've heard, Canterbury is a vibrant place with a strong retail and tourism sector. But we need to do more. With a low-wage economy, with lower than average GDP, and with a start-up rate that is the third worst in the county, we see this as a great opportunity to capitalise upon all the assets we have as a city. Our terrific universities, and you've heard the sterling work they're already doing. We want to leverage on that and spread it across the city. With our business services sector, who you've heard are keen to really play their part in this opportunity. Our creative sector, our sustainability sector, and bring them all together to make Canterbury the startup capital of Kent. Thank you for your support. Thank you particularly to the University of Creative Arts for their support in the making of this video. Thank you.